A popular way of dressing during a particular time among a particular group of people is termed as fashion. In a very simple way, I'm explaining fashion today. Myself, Maitreyi, welcome to my channel. And before we move ahead, please click the subscribe button down. Do not hesitate and just clicking that subscribe button down. Yes. Now let's move forward. Fashion refers to the idea of what is popular or what is in trend. In the fashion system, if we say, it undergoes a process of dynamic change. There is a continuous change in what is in trend, what is in fashion over time. Constant change over a period of time is normal in fashion, and it cannot be constant. Basically, fashion cannot be constant. What is popular today, what is trendy and stylish today is not same after a certain period of time. People get bored with same thing, and it's a natural thing that people accept something else, something different comes, and that is accepted by a mass. So the thing which is popular today, the popularity fades away with time and new thing is accepted by the mass, and that is the fashion change. So it's very normal. In a simpler way, we can say the prevailing style of dress or behavior at a given time, with the strong implication that fashion is characterized by change, is fashion. There are fashions not only in clothing. It is not restricted only to clothing. There are fashions and other things also, like furniture, automobiles, and there are many other objects too. Definitely we linked fashion more with clothing because even we give more attention to it. That is my perception, that is because it leads to personal identity of an individual, and that is what we give or we relate more towards it. When we say fashion, directly fashion shows, fashion clothing shows comes in our mind. So for a normal layman, fashion is very much related only with clothing, but it is not only restricted to clothing. We want it or not, we accept it or not, but in the present world, mostly people are evaluated by their attire. The evaluation is not just for the clothes or attire what they are wearing. The evaluation includes the consideration of color, material, and silhouette, and how garments are looking on the body. Very much important. So how you are looking in the present world is very much important and is accepted by the mass, and an equally fashion term is known by everyone. People who do not know or are confused between fashion or fashion design, today I am explaining that in a simpler way. So when we talk about fashion, it is clear, but fashion designing is different. Fashion and fashion designing are two things. So you have understood the term fashion. So when I explain fashion designing, so designing is the creation of clothing and other accessories that form a part of someone's lifestyle. Yes. So it is a form of art of creating something. The art of applying design, aesthetics, clothing constructions, and natural beauty to clothing and its accessories. And it is influenced by different culture, different trends, and it varies over time and from place to place. So fashion designing is different and fashion is different. So you have understood both the things. Both the terms are different. There are different designers, there are different fashion designers who has their own viewpoint towards fashion, the terms fashion. So here I will be just putting few of their lines from their world, what they feel, what is their way of thinking towards fashion. So here I'm talking, it's very difficult to just express fashion through words, but still these big fashion designers, personalities, models, they have their viewpoints. So I'm talking about Marie Quinn, a British fashion designer and a fashion icon. Marie Quinn was very important figure in 60s youth fashion in London, basically fashion movement in London, and played an important role in London swinging 60s culture. She was a very important fashion icon, and her words for fashion is, please listen it carefully. Fashion is a tool to complete a life outside the home. People will look you better without knowing why. Because people will react well to a person they like to look of. I think you have understood these lines. How much depth is there in these lines, which is explaining fashion in itself. The another line I'm going to quote is from a big Italian fashion designer, a big model, famous model, and a famous Italian fashion designer, Donatella Versace. Fashion is about dreaming and making other people dream. So people start dreaming, I will say, and get into the world of fashion. Being well dressed hasn't much to do with having good clothes. It is a question of good balance and good common sense. These are the lines from the famous American designer Oscar de la Renta. Yes, balancing is equally important in dressing. Being well dressed is not the only thing, but we have understood balancing the dress with other things is equally important. By listening to Mary Quant, Oscar de la Renta words, we understood how much important is fashion and how well dressed and balancing it is equally important. So fashion is very important for many, and it is life enhancing, like everything that gives pleasure. So it is worth doing it in a right way. So I would love listening to your words too. So please comment and write your words, what you think about fashion. Do not hesitate to click the subscribe button down, and thank you for listening to me, and it inspires me to make more new videos. So please do listen to my next video. Thank you. Goodbye.